everybody, it's Joseph Shepard, and today for Expose, we are going to go across the pond for a little franchise called Drag Race España. Please welcome Inti. How are you doing?
Hey, how are ya?
Hey.
I'm doing great, recovering from New Year's Eve, but yeah, it's amazing.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Madrid in my parents' house, yes.
So, when you were growing up, were you similar to how you were portrayed on the show? Like, what was little Inti like?
I think yes, I have the lucky. I was lucky enough to be portrayed good when I was a child. Like the part of Maria Isabel and everything, it was nice because it was true. Like since I was very young, I was very artistic, very creative, very gay. So yeah, like my family really thought I was an artist, which I am, but I'm also a faggot.
Artist, but also a faggot. Hey,
Hey.
so when did you come out? Like, when did you, realize, hey, you know what? Because you identify as trans and non-binary, right?
Yes.
So when did you come into that discovery of yourself?
It was a madness, a true madness. Like it was this kind of moments where you are very afraid of look at the mirror, which I always was. And then one day I was like, okay, who am I? Like what I'm doing? These kind of questions like really hit me very hard. And I was like, okay, I think I need to stop faking this masculinity, faking this like I need to be a doctor. I need to be like something with a lot of college degrees to be something, like it was a pressure that it really didn't fit me because
Mm-hmm.
also my personality is not like that. I'm not like a person who is like, oh my God, I love to study. Oh my God, I love girls. Like, it's not me. I mean, I love women. Women are amazing, but not sexually. And yeah, like it was kind of like that moment, like, okay, I was maybe 13 years old 13, 16, like it was this kind of era which I was like discovering drag, discovering everything,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things, and also like yeah, like I have two coming out. It was the first one was like I'm gay, and the second was like I'm non-binary, which it makes more sense. And also yeah, I've been coming out a lot. Also, I was like, okay, mom, now I'm doing drag. She was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine that is difficult too. Like, what is your country's reception to LGBT culture and stuff? Like, is it accepting? Is it not accepting? How is that, for you?
I mean, in Bolivia, we have some, I mean, in all South America, we have
Hmm.
something which is colonialisms, which steals, which means when they came to our countries, they forced us to believe in God, in His God.
Hmm.
So His God tell us that only there is two sex, and also women's have to be with men's. And
Hmm.
that thing steals in our countries, which before the colonialisms didn't exist.
Hmm.
It's sad, but it's true. So my family and what I see in my country is quite homophobic. Yes, there is not a lot of acceptance. But once we recover what we were, I think
Hmm.
everything is gonna be great.
I think that is such an interesting perspective to look into that, because I never necessarily considered that you have a whole culture of people, you have white colonialism coming through, and then they are
Hmm.
pushing a god on everybody, and then slowly throughout generations people forget what was before and they just remember what
Hmm.
was the agenda. And that's like very
Yeah.
sad. Like, it kind of like kills off the culture.
But also, we suffer it in Spain. Like even
Hmm.
the white people suffer this, because in Spain we have like this fake liberty, which is like okay, we have in the media trans people, like Veneno,
Hmm.
La Veneno, this series, but that doesn't mean that they doesn't stop kill us, which they still.
So is it bad in Madrid? Is it bad in Spain?
I think yes, for me, for my
Yeah.
perspective, for what I see, being LGBT, it's a act of a revelation, you know.
Hmm.
We still live in a system, so nothing changed.
Um, when you came out, to your parents, did they accept that, or was that hard for them to do? Like, how was that?
For my father, which yeah, it wasn't that hard because he was very open-minded always.
That's good.
But my mom was very Latina thought, very like also, yeah, she was scared of how my life could be because she
Hmm.
has a friend, his best friend was gay, and his parents take him out of the house, and he died like of cold, you know.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
she has very traumatic experience with LGBT friends. So she was kind of scared, like, how is gonna be your life?
Hmm.
That thing that scares her the most. But at the end of the day, she really loved me. She's so supportive now. She does my nails also.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, she is my number one fan. Like she opened her mind, and that's beautiful. Like people can change, people can grow up,
Mhm.
people can really do things for the people who they love, you know.
Yeah, because when I came out, my mom took it extremely hard. I didn't talk to her for like 2 years, and
Hmm.
she's slowly coming around. It's taking the time, but she's slowly like opening up because
It takes time.
similar, yeah, it takes time, and
Hmm.
when that generation is raised on those principles, like you said, and they're raised on
Yes.
this is the one God and this is the Bible and this is whatever. That's what they want. That's their belief. So it becomes a little
Hmm.
hard.
Yeah, it's time. Everything is about time, because
Yeah.
also us as people, like as LGBT, we take times also to understand things. So it's normal.
When I want to know all about like drag. So you are what, 20? Are you 21?
Yes, I'm 21. Yeah, 20th of November.
So you started young and you were already so good at what you do, and
Thank
literally
you.
I can tell that the time, the effort, the energy, and your concepts are always really really great and spot on. Like you said, like you're kind of like an artist in how you actually use your body as a canvas. So I
Yeah.
would love to know, when was your first exposure to drag? Like when was the first time you saw drag?
I saw drag with a video of ID magazine. It was a club kid. It was they were showing the New York club kid scene, and I was so impressed. It was also a mini documentary of Charles Jeffrey, Loverboy, the brand, and for me it was so fascinating that they take art as the next level. Like, I'm not only using paint, I am the paint. You know, like I am the sculptor. So for me, it was so impressive. I was God, and I was like, oh my God, I need to learn more of this. And then I was searching and searching and searching, and it ended up like this.
Do you remember your first performance? Did you perform before you were on the show? Like, did you ever perform like out in clubs and stuff, or was it? How did that go?
mm, yes, but not as a drag. Like, I was
Hmm.
a voguer, and everyone knows me in Madrid as a voguer. So I was like doing events, doing shows, etc., and also going to some clubs, etc. But I never went to, as I said, like I started drag in 2018,
Hmm.
but not per, no, sorry. I started drag in 2020, in 2020, but I started doing drag makeup in 2018, because for me, doing drag is doing the makeup, but also
Hmm.
performing.
You said voguing, and that was a very common question. I had no idea till I started looking into you that you participated in, like, and you do the Spanish ballroom scene. Like, what?
Yeah.
How did you even get into that? Because drag and the ballroom scene is a very similar, like, aesthetic. They kind of came from the same areas and everything. So how did you get into that?
I mean, yeah, it was the destiny. It was a destiny. It was a friend of mine. He was in Madrid doing some workshops, etc. And one day he told me there is a event in a museum when the people from ballroom is going. Come with me. And I was like, okay. I went. I saw everything. I was like, this is what I born for. I love drag. Drag is my passion, but ballroom is like my essence. Ballroom saved my life, as I always say. So yeah, it was the destiny. It was in a very special moment in Madrid. Yeah.
Do you still perform in the scene?
Not as much as I would love to because I took a break because of the money. Because I always want to present myself as the best, and so and the best means money. So no, I took a break because I didn't have money. So now that I'm kind of recovering, also mentally and physically, I'm ready. I really want to do more ballroom this year.
We got to get you over here in America, and you can be in New York, and you can be going off. Like I would love to see you in the scene. Like that. That's so cool.
I would love to. I mean, New York is definitely one. I don't really like the idea of New York, like all the rats and the
Hmm.
crazy people, but I really want to go to see where everything started. Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's a little show that you were on called Drag Race España, and you were on Lovely season 1. I want to know what made you audition. Like, how did you figure out about it?
Again, I'm a very person of that I believe of the destiny, and something. It was something in the air. It was something that it was calling me like you need to post more drag in your Instagram. And I was like something came in my mind, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna start to develop that part of me because I was doing also DJ, I was doing photography, I was doing makeup, I was doing hairstyle, I was doing everything. So one of a part of me told me like, okay, focus a little bit more of this because something is coming. And then suddenly, advertising of like Drag Race is coming to Spain, and I was like, I need to audition, and everyone is it was sending to me like, audition, audition, like you never know. And I was like, I will try. I will try my best because also I have a social panic. Like for me, talking in front of a camera, it was crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't imagine myself like going to expose myself that much. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But here I am.
So you were very anxious about the presenting yourself to the world part, right?
Yeah, I think as I always said, I'm an introvert. Doing the in masquerade of an extrovert. So yeah, it's a lot of effort. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you applied. When did you get the phone call that you got on? Do you remember that moment?
1 year ago, it was yeah it was 31 of December,
Wow.
and I got the call, and yeah, like I had to do the audition in 4 days or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, how I'm gonna record everything in 4 days? Like, I don't even have wigs. Like, I don't have looks. I don't have, because I didn't have money. Like, I was like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? So, in the New Year's Eve party that we did with my brothers, uh, I was dressed up. I put some feathers here, and I start to talk to the camera like, yeah, this is Inti. Inti is fierce. She's shady. And yeah, like with nothing, I have to do the audition in almost 4 days, and the next audition it was writing, So I wait 1 week or something like that, and yeah, they told me like, okay, you're in the next step, and I was like, okay.
How many more steps did it take until you got on the show? Like, was it shortly after that?
It was kind of 4 steps: the video,
Mm-hmm.
the writing, um, the psychology test, and more questions that they do. Like the last one, is the psychology test, but before they do like a little chat with everyone. So yeah, like they really want to know you. They really want to know your psychology. They really want to know you as an artist and everything. So yeah, it's almost four three steps.
The big thing that I hear from a lot of Drag Race contestants and queens that have been on the show is when you have those few weeks to get your looks together, it can be a hassle. How was that for you?
It was. I told you the first time that I took how do you say this for relax a pill for relax.
Oh, like a anxiety pill, like a Xanax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first time that I took a Xanax, it was preparing for Drag Race. Like I couldn't even sleep because my mind was like, okay, now this and this and this. Because also we have only 2 weeks to prepare. 2 weeks, and also me no money. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
talking with someone. I all my looks were they give it to me prestado, which is like I have to give back. How do you say?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like loaning or like borrowing or yeah.
Yeah, they were borrowing me a lot of looks, a lot of friend designers of mine. So yeah, I was talking with a lot of designers and also with people who were creating costumes from zero. It was a madness. It was horrible. And thanks God that I have the long hair, because otherwise I will have to talk with even more people.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, because
Yeah,
of wigs and stuff, right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, you get on the show, you walk in the workroom. Did you know any of those other girls before?
Yes and no. Some of the girls, of course, are iconic in the scene here in Spain. For example, Puppy. I was a big fan of Puppy. Like I have a picture when I was uh, 15 years old with Puppy. So yeah, but other people I didn't really know them. For example, Arancha, like I never heard of it, but I because also I was living in Belgium, so I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't have the chance to go to see one of the shows of her. So yeah, I didn't. Some of them I met them before because they're known, but others are no idea.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Arancha, I sent her a message and I said, "Tell me anything I should know about Inti."
Ooh.
She responded, "She's a cunt. I love her."
Ah! I knew it. I knew it. She's the most shady queen of all of them, eh? Believe it or not.
She seems like the shadiest, but she also seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I always laugh with her a lot. At her also.
Well, you're on the show. You are showing off your looks. You are competing. You have
Yeah.
this beautiful moment of the when you guys all had to give an homage to La Veneno, and
Mhm.
you I thought were beautiful and stunning in the outfit that you had.
Thank you.
You had the most famous titties in the world. Um, what was that like for you? Because you also, all of you guys got to actually come out in front of Paka. Like, how was that?
It was crazy. Actually, one of my favorite parts of the show for me, like as experience, because La Veneno, she's an icon, but before she was very like, ew, like who is this trans girl? Like why she talk like this in Spain? So, but I always loved her. I always loved her. Like I love the way she talked. I love the way she was like shameless with everything. So yeah, meet Paca and honoring her in my way. It was very special to me. Yes.
Do you have any favorite moments from when you were on the show?
I mean, mm, yes, I guess. I'm gonna be real. It was hard. It was very hard
Was it?
because yes, I think all of the Rue girls can empathize with this because it's the first time that you go to do a TV show. Mostly of them, of course, all of some of them done already some TV shows. But for me, it was the first time, and I kind of have a little knowledge of how TV works, but
Hmm.
not when you're there. It's other thing.
Yeah.
It's completely different. So yeah, it was kind of hard. But the good part about the show is I met my family, my sisters, and also now I have the opportunity to meet more nice people. So yes.
And then also, like, even if it wasn't the best experience for you, it also gave you, a little bit more of a platform to kind of do things with, which, even though it's a tit for a tat, but yeah, it can be difficult. Let me ask you, what was the reception like from fans? Like, did you see a difference? Did you have international people reaching out to you? Did you have, like, what was the dynamic like?
I had the feeling that I will not connect with Spanish people, even if I am Spanish myself, because Spanish people is very special. They are like very like they love Spanish things, and they love their people. So they are. I think happens the same in United States. I think there is like they really are kind of difficult to connect and empathize with POC people, which is kind of true. So yeah, I have more international fans than Spanish people, definitely. And also that's why I was kind of afraid to do the tour because the tour was only in Spain, and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna do boo to me, like it's gonna be a mess. But at the end, I did a good show, so they really loved it. But they still been like with me.
Let's get into the moment. You know the moment. Do you know the moment? Do you know? No, no.
I think I know.
You think you know? Oh, okay. So you come out. It is runway that you guys had to do to kind of like give homage to your heritage. And you came out and you were looking extremely beautiful.
Thank you so
But
much.
the judges did not totally agree with your look, and you had some comments
Yeah.
from multiple of them. And not only do you get it kind of once when the first critiques come through, then because you're in the top and bottom, they come back through and they'll do it again. So I would love to know what was going through your head during that moment, because you did look like you were full of anxiety. You did look like um, you were not taking on the words that they were giving you as well as what a lot of people probably thought on the internet. And I know that you've had the trolls and stuff come against you. But I would love to know, like, was there anything that we didn't see? Like, what did it mean to you? Like, what was the reaction that you gave? Why did you feel so strongly?
I mean, if you didn't saw it, it's because you couldn't like they can show you. They can show you. So I cannot say that much because also
But was
we
there
have
more? Was there more that went down?
oh child. Um, there is a contract
Mm,
which we cannot everything that we say we it can like you cannot say bad things.
yeah,
So I mean, yeah, like every television show, it has some editing. It's normal,
yeah,
and there is some parts that they didn't show, but yeah, uh,
yeah.
my mind in that moment was focused on winning. Like actually,
Hmm.
that episode, you can ask Carmen, you can ask Dovima, you can ask everyone. That moment, because we were teams also, the winning was for me and Sagittaria. Like I literally, since I woke up that day, I was like, Sagittaria, we're gonna win, we're gonna win. She was like, yes, yes. Like we have so much fun, we make laugh. Like it was it was amazing that day. So I was kind of like up here, and
Mm-hmm.
suddenly, phew, yeah. That's also I was kind of like I lived this, and they are telling me other things, like what is going on. Like we saw something, and they are saying this, so we were like, okay. But I think it's correct also, like if they don't like my outfit, if they don't like how is my humor, if it's okay, it's perfect. Like we're in a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm here to win, but also I'm here to have fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would love to know when you were on stage and when you were getting those critiques, when was the moment that you knew, hey, I don't think I'm going to lip sync?
Yeah, when because in Drag Race there is always six people in the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
There is two bottoms, uh, one win, and two safe. No, like one top and one safe.
Mm-hmm.
So that day, if you can see, like we were only four, and I was like, okay, why we are four? And also in my mind, I was like, okay, we are four because it's two wins, like we are teams, like me and Sagittaria and maybe another people win, which was, and suddenly they break it was weird. It was also, I think was in the top, it was Sagittaria, me, Puppy, and I don't remember. I think it was Carmen. I don't remember. And yeah, the thing is the yeah, we were only four people, and I was like, I'm gonna be in the bottom at the after the critiques. And something in my mind was like, okay, my roots runway, it was the most special runway for me ever in my life, in the history of my life. That outfit means my life. Like literally, that's why my mother came to Spain with 20 years old. Like for me, it means a lot. Like immigration, queerness, it means a lot. So it was my best outfit, and they didn't like it. I did my best in the challenge, and they didn't like it. I didn't have any chance to win the competition. Like I really gave my best. So that moment, I was like, I don't want to be the POC who do the lip syncs all the season, which is the
Mm.
typical thing, like they always choose one token to make them lip sync because they're good at this. But I feel like I was good at other things, but I didn't see it. Like at that lip sync, I could do it and I could win. Of course, like Dovima couldn't even move. So and I could move. Like I could take my shoes and I would give the voguing, and they would be like and I would be like kakara kaka. But I was like they don't deserve it. Like I'm not gonna do that lip sync because I'm not gonna be that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so what I'm taking from that is that you felt in that moment, you were like, I gave you my best. This is my best drag that I'm wearing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I know I brought that is the best. So if you guys don't like this, then everything else is probably going to go downhill. And you didn't want your image to keep going down and down by continually lip syncing.
Yeah, not my image, my track record, because people
Correct,
who
correct.
lip sync a lot, they don't get the chance to win. So, for example, Chase, um,
Mm-hmm.
all the POC people who lip sync a lot never get the chance to win. Also, Roxy Andrews, for
Yeah.
example, Roxy Andrews is a fucking legend. She made
Mm-hmm.
like after her lip sync, everyone wants to do reveals, a good reveals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she made history, but she didn't get the chance to win. So I was like, damn, like she gave you the most special part of the programs, apart from other big moments with Alisa Edwards, etc. But she didn't win. Like I was like, what what they want? Like,
So when you're in the workroom, I think that's the first time we've seen people leave before. We've seen that happen. But we have never seen it done in the fashion that you did it.
ooh, child.
You walked off the stage, stormed off the stage. you started taking the makeup off right away. You started putting on your clothes. You took off your outfit. You were already in it. You were like ready to go. Like, why do you?
I was calling the Uber.
Yeah, you were already calling the Uber. The Uber was waiting outside. You were like, charge it to the show's account. What was it like in that moment for you? Like, I saw the other girls, like Rancho was coming around you and stuff, and then the Supreme came in and tried to talk you down. Like, what was that like for you?
I was I was not there. I was focused on of escaping almost like I was like no. I was no 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 all the time. My brain was no.
Mm-hmm.
So everything the people asked me, I was like no. I mean, they asked me also, you want to take some air? I say yes, but I couldn't. But yeah, uh, my brain was no 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 all the time.
So, looking back on that moment, do you have no regrets for it, or do you think that you should have done anything differently?
No no no. I mean, uh, I never. I'm not ashamed of my actions in the past. Never, never, never. And if it happens because of something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I didn't have any chance to win that competition, and I didn't have any chance to grow up, as a artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel kind of stuck in that moment. So I think outside of the competition and maybe in another competition, maybe an international all star. Maybe I have the chance to really grow up, and yeah, who knows?
What was reception like after that episode?
It was polarized feelings. People are really support me and gave me beautiful messages and very long messages saying like,
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you, you're amazing, Anna. And some other people really took personal. They like it was kind of like I insult them going outside of the competition. Like because I was inside of the competition, I have to be all the time because I don't know.
Mm.
Like I don't know, it was weird. So yeah, it was very polarized feelings with the fandom.
How do you deal with the negative?
I don't deal. I don't focus on it. So
That's good.
so yeah, for me, um yeah, I don't understand why we focus on the negativity because we have so much love. We have our family. If our family is healthy, perfect. If we are healthy, is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So why we focus on one comment in the internet? It's like damn, like that people may be suffering even more than you. So
Yeah.
God bless them.
Well, that's a good outlook too. And like when you don't read those things or you don't pay
No,
attention to those things, it is so much more helpful and beneficial.
yeah,
Like when I put out videos and stuff, there are some times where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I know that somebody probably said something because of X, Y, and Z, but I don't even look at the comments. I'm like, I can't do it. Like, why do
yeah.
I want to put myself in that place to where I feel crappy or bad?
It doesn't make sense. Also, like sometimes what the people say also doesn't make sense because everyone has their perception of life. Like in Spain, we say everyone have asses, but you don't have to show to everyone. You know what I'm saying? You have your ass, but you don't have to show to everyone. So the comments and the opinions are the same. Like I have an opinion, but I don't have to say it all the time
Yeah.
because I'm not a judge. I'm even the people think I am someone. I am no one. So who am I to say something about someone? Like if they ask me, yes, like, hey, how is my look? I will say, oh, you need to fix this and this. If you can fix it in 1 minute, then say it. If you cannot fix it in 1 minute,
Yeah.
don't say it.
I actually like that a lot. That's a very
Yeah,
good perspective because it is true. Like, if you ask for an opinion and somebody gives you a long opinion, it's going to make you feel bad. But if you
yeah,
don't have that much time, like oh, Inti, you gave me a good idea. I'm going to start using that all the time now. I'm going to be like,
yeah.
Don't critique it unless it's a minute or under.
Yeah.
I want to get into some fan questions
Ooh.
because I put it up. So we'd love to answer some of these. Let's see what we have here. Ask them about their part in history in the ballroom community. Do you feel like the ballroom community helped you prepare for Drag Race España?
Yes, yes, yes. Also in the casting, it was kind of like how many competitions have you been? And I was like never in a drag competition, but for me ballroom was my training, and it is a good training. Oh my God, like ballroom is the best training you can have in the world. Like also the most amazing artists come from ballroom. So so yeah, it's the best training that I had.
And you know, too, we were robbed of the experience of seeing you lip sync.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, that I can only imagine because if you were in ballroom and if you're voguing and stuff, like you know so much. You know all about like music beats. You know how to like you did, but like there's so many things that you can do. So. Mm.
And also we have a category which is lip sync inside of ballroom, inside of the performance part. So I always was in the finals or winning. So I was kind of like, I'm so sorry, y'all. That's why I did also the tour, because I was like, oh my God, these people. I mean, the people who love me, which I have some people, they need to see me. It's kind of like doing the tour for me was kind of like, I'm sorry for not give you the show at the show. Here I am in person. Enjoy it.
The next question I have is the Spanish series had the most loving and respectful judges, and to be honest, contestants too.
Yes.
Did it feel like that on set? Is that a part of your culture? Or did you even feel that way? I mean, you may not have.
I think yes, okay. I think in the set we can see like we really didn't want to be the villain of the season. No one.
Mm-hmm.
No one. Actually, with the cultural appropriation and everything, everyone was kind of like this, like very tense. So yeah, I mean, it's part of our culture. No, we are very shady actually. We are so shady. I mean, for example, Puppy at the confessionary is the example the how we Spanish people we are. I mean, there is a lot of love. There is a lot of real things. We love each other a lot, but we are very very shady.
So, your next fan question that we have for you is what happened during the Grand Hotel de las Reinas tour? Did you have fun? How was your experience?
It was amazing. It was so amazing. I hope everyone can have the chance to have this kind of experience because it was amazing. Especially for me, the best part was when we arrived to Torremolinos, which I never been, and for me was like, ew, Torremolinos, because it's kind of like where all the gay people like go to do to vacations and to
Mm-hmm.
party. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be with a lot of white cisgender men without t-shirt. I was like, this is gonna be a mess. But suddenly it was amazing. Like there is a lot of kind of people. There is a lot of party also, but it was the beach. It was also the people from the south is very nice. It's amazing. The people from the south. So yeah, and also we were rehearsing in this amazing theater, which was so huge. At the hotel, which was Rituals, which is a gay hotel. So everything was all the time like a show or going to the pool. It was amazing.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Do you get along with the girls afterwards? Like, are you guys all close friends? Are you guys in cliques?
Yes,
Like, what's the vibe?
the vibes is the we have each other. You know,
That's good.
this thing really, really, really make us a family because after a pandemic, after being inside of a house all the time, suddenly you meet nine people that you don't know, and you have this very strong experience together, and you only know uh, you and the and nine people know what happens and how it happens. So it's kind of like yeah, all the time we have a group chat, and we are like yeah, like it was kind of like, I'm going to this bar, who comes with me? Yeah, me. And we were like, ah. Oh, someone was like, no, I'm gonna be at the room, so maybe tomorrow. It was, and it's still like this. We were like all the other day talking about having a New Year's dinner to see each other. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good that you guys, actually have like a good bond because I know over here there go. You're lucky. You're lucky if you have one friend.
Really?
Yeah, I think that the girls here, after the seasons have gone on, it's been harder and harder for them. Like the first few, I think the
Oh.
first like 5 or 6 seasons of Drag Race, everybody was a lot more close knit, and then once they saw
Hmm.
the fame come, it became something different.
Well,
Next question for
let
you
let's see.
is,
Let's see in 6 years.
yeah, let's see in 6 years what happens. The next question for you is, you are Bolivian and live in Belgium. How did you
Yes,
end up auditioning for Drag Race España?
because I'm a Spanish. I mean, I'm Bolivian, but also I consider myself a Spanish because I grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was kind of like, yeah, I had to do it, like I could have auditioned to Drag Race UK
Mm-hmm.
perfectly, but I was like, maybe the jokes are, maybe it will be a beverage, you know?
Yeah.
So, so I was like, no, I can, I was kind of afraid. So I rather to be
Yeah.
in Drag Race España. But yeah, Drag Race UK
Yeah.
it was in my mind. Yeah.
Next one is, how is the Bolivian drag scene? Have you ever done anything like that, or have you kept in contact with anybody? How is that scene?
Sadly, there is not that much a scene, and sadly, I don't have that much contact. That's why one of my goals this 2022 is to go to
Mm-hmm.
Bolivia to develop myself as an artist and see what is going on there. Like, what is the queer scene?
Why didn't you wear your original idea for the My Roots runway, where you were going to come out with your body completely covered in blood rather than the white dress?
Okay, here's the secret of all of them. There is no first idea of runway. Like, there wasn't like a first option. The thing is, the judges told me they didn't like my dress and my boots, and I did it on purpose. Like, I put white shoes and white dress because the focus of the outfit, it was the headpiece and the cape. So for make it more obvious, in the picture I took off the dress and the boots. So the focus again goes to the headpiece and the cape.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing happens was uh, I didn't organize myself well, so I text the day before of the episode aired to the photographer, and I say, "Oh my God, tomorrow is gonna air the episode. Can you send me at least one picture to post tomorrow?" And he was like, "No, I'm doing a shooting in Ibiza. I'm so I'm so busy. What can we do?" And I was like, "Okay, I have this picture that you send it to me with quality. Maybe you can edit this, and and we fix something." And that was the first picture. It was the picture with the blood. But, yeah.
Ah. That makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Next question I have for you. Ask her about the outfit she wore about her roots runway when she said that indigenous people wore it to survive and scare Spaniards when that outfit was never worn or created by indigenous in that zone called Altiplano Sudamericano, and it's actually a Christian outfit from the late 1800s used in religious ceremonies like La Trena in Oruro Carnival. It was very insensitive on her part and very offensive. How do you say to that?
Mm, I don't think that's true. Maybe I'm wrong. You never know with South American history because there is a lot of mixed culture and a lot of colonization. But yeah, I don't think it's true because actually the carnival it was uh, what carnival means is the opposite of religious, which is means like party, drinking, dress up. So it was illegal in when they were doing it before, and yeah, it was kind of like our rebellion,
Mm-hmm.
in all South America, also in the Caribe. Uh, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer to that. Maybe I need
Well, there you
to search more,
go. Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe we'll all learn something. You never know.
yeah,
Next question that I have from you is the following. Oh. What do you think differentiated Drag Race España from the rest of the Drag Race franchises? Did you feel like España was any different?
yes, yes. Um, I don't want to be shady, but we are real. We
Yeah.
are like this, and we show it. There is no this. There is no branding. Like
Yeah.
we have a persona, but we are not branding. You know, so we are not focused on look at the camera and say our catchphrase. We're focused
Yeah.
on having fun and if they ask something like, "Hey, what do you think about someone's outfit?" We were like answering without any problem. So it wasn't
Yeah.
kind of like a. That's the problem that I have with now the drag race, which is there is a lack of authenticity. Authenticity?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
authenticity. Like there is no authentic people. I'm sorry, but yeah, like I miss that. I miss the originality.
No, it's true because it always feels like everybody's looking for that moment of like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah,
I need to say my catchphrase so I can put it on a T-shirt, or I need to do this and that. But
yeah,
I think that was the big thing about España that I loved and so many people loved is that you guys were all in there for a competition and you guys all did your best, but basically you guys were all
hmm,
still a family at the end of the day. Everything was very
yeah,
real, everything came off very real. It wasn't like you were
everything.
playing a part, and
Yeah.
that was good. I would love to know, just for my knowledge, who is the Supreme in Spain? Like, what is she the equivalent of?
The Supreme could be a peppermint of drag, a very good performer who do know how to conduct to host a show
Mm-hmm.
in a bar. So there was a lot of castings in Spain for do the RuPaul play to be the RuPaul of Spain,
Mm-hmm.
and she got it because she's very good. She's very good. But if we talk about career, like RuPaul, for example, it could be like Prohibida. La Prohibida is another performer which she was very very. I mean, she's very very famous and she has a very important name because she has been very famous in South America also, and yeah, she has a very good CV. But also, she's also good, but also Supreme is very good. Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. Let me ask you, I ask this to all the girls that come through here. You do not have to break contract for this, so don't worry. But was there any moment that didn't get shown on camera that either was a very like happy moment, something that you wish would have, a conversation, like you said that you guys were all living in a house? Was there anything that you really loved or you really hated about that wasn't shown? Was there anything that you wish would have been shown?
I wish they could record also what happened in the house, or the time we were eating. That was the most special part of all of the fucking show. Like we were like very very loose, very having fun, and saying all of the jokes that we know, you know. So I miss that part. Like maybe I hope next year they can record the part where we're at the lunch or something,
Yeah.
like kind of like a behind the scenes, because for me that was like I couldn't stop laughing. Like I really met them, and
Hmm.
yeah, that's when we fell in love with each other.
That would have been that's so cool though. Like that you got to have that
Yeah.
experience, like living somewhere like with everybody, you're experiencing the same things. Wait, okay. You said living. I have a question for you then. When you were eliminated, did you have to go back to the house?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
if I am regretting of something, it was to be at the house that much time. Like I could at least have been 1 week more or something.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
because we have to stay all the month there
Wow.
with
All
Macarena.
right. So let me ask you, as we are closing all this out, what is next for Enti? Like, what do you have coming down the pipeline? Is there anything that you're excited to like branch off on this year, our new 2022?
Um, if I am honest, I don't have any plans for this year. I have some gigs, I have some music dropping, but and also the things other things are confidential. So half
Mm-hmm.
of them are confidential, and the other half is what the destiny brings to me.
Yeah. Are you excited for this year? Are you more excited than last year or
Yes,
no? Yeah.
more exciting, more exciting. I don't know. Uh, I s- yeah, because last year I was a child. I mean, I am a
Mm-hmm.
child. I'm 21, but last year I was other person, and this year I'm another completely person. So
Yeah.
I really want to experience this year, because now I know how to choose,
Mm-hmm.
and I know what I want. So it's perfect. Yes, I'm really curious what is going on this year.
I'm sure that that is going to go well, especially too that like I think that you have so much untapped potential that the world hasn't seen. Like I
Yeah.
still like like I said, like lip syncing, voguing, like all of this stuff, and you have a lot of creativity into looks and how you are as an individual. So I think that it's only going up. And if you were just 21 now, I mean, imagine what it's going to be like in a few years. Like that is going to be so great for you as an individual. And I'm very happy that you took the time also on the show to talk, about being non-binary. I love that you have brought that forward and also your representation. Um, I know that a lot of young LGBT youth can struggle sometimes with being
Mm.
accepted or their identity. Um, what do you have to say to people who are in the community who may be struggling to come out and be themselves?
Time, again, time. No one. Uh, you cannot bring. You cannot build a house in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can, maybe it's gonna fall off apart in 2 seconds. So you're building up yourself. You're growing up every day. It's just not like, okay, now I am this and I'm gonna be this for all my life. No, you're gonna change and change and change and change. You have to focus on accept yourself every time, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Not no focus on the change, no focus on other things. Just focus on accepting, and that's where the relief comes, because
Mm-hmm.
you're not fighting with anyone, not even with yourself, which is the most important part.
Yeah. I think that is a really strong, thing to say too. Like just concentrating on time. Like everything happens with
Yeah,
time, and
yeah,
when the time is right, you will know the time is right. Like you feel it. You feel that sense.
Listen to yourself also. Most focus on yourself and have on your own conversations with yourself, because I remember the parts of my life where I was having success, and I was remember why I have this, and I was like, okay, it's because I have a really good conversation with myself. I was like,
Mm.
and now I should do this, now and this. And the times that I was more lost is the times that I was not speaking with myself. So even if you look crazy, have conversation with yourself, because you're gonna know the answer and you're gonna know what to do.
Are you also a psychologist? Like, come on. Like
Ah!
that was spot on. That's very funny that you said that, because I had a therapist one time who told me the best thing
Mm-hmm.
that you could ever do is just check in with yourself. Ask
Mm.
yourself questions. Are you okay? Are you happy? What's going on? Because you may not realize what you're feeling on the inside until you say it out loud.
Yes. Also exteriorize things. Say it. Try to talk with someone. Like, if you
Mhm.
think you can handle it, I'm sorry, but no, you can't. Like, you need to speak about it, to even
Yeah.
to relieve also. So yes, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm a person with a lot of traumas. I always say it. So I have to grow up very very fast, which is good, I guess.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons, but I mean, you growing up fast led you to be doing drag and doing so many amazing things at a young age. So, I mean, it's you are going to be successful. You're going to be like doing so many things. I'm so proud that Drag Race España kind of showed the world a little bit of a different side of drag. I think
Hmm.
that it was exactly what I needed during pandemic and COVID, to be able to see, like you said, like a family. It just felt more like there was love and acceptance for each other.
Hmm.
So, as we are closing this out, my last question to you is, if you could put on another drag queen's shoes for one day and live their life, past or present, for one day, who would you choose?
For one day, I mean, it could be either Divine, RuPaul, or Violet
Ooh,
Chachki.
Violet
Like,
Chachki, yes.
yes, I would love to know, like, yeah, her day by day. It seems interesting. She's a very amazing. She's the the blueprint of drag right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see how is her day by day. Also, RuPaul, of course, in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to live her experience of going to award shows and dress up Bob Mackies, of course,
Yes.
and and Divine because she has an amazing team. Like, actually, her image was created. She didn't even get it. Like, I would love to be her one day. Like all the amazing things that she did also in the field.
Yeah, she did a whole lot, and just being in a John Waters film. I'm always like, that would have been so
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yes.
Well, Inti, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Exposed. Where can everybody find you on the social media?
In Instagram, I am Inti, and also they can find me in TikTok in the same name, and also in Twitter. But I'd rather that you find me in Instagram and TikTok.
So make sure to go and follow Inti on TikTok and Instagram. Give her some love. Show some love in the comments below. Let us know what your favorite part is. And if Inti is ever in a show and you see that she's performing somewhere, go out and support her. Show her the love. And also take a video and send it to me, because I want to see Enti voguing. I want to see Enti on the runway. Come on, let's get it. Send it to Joseph, and I'll be good too. Thank you so much again, Enti. Until next time, I'm Joseph Shepard, and that is Enti.